Good morning. It is Sunday morning. I hope you guys are having a decent time change. We are going to get started on November. This is Rebecca, the Steampunk Planner. And here we go. All right, so you're going to hear Steve in the background. He's taking care of things in the kitchen, which I beyond appreciate. Yesterday was really a hard day. We spent most of it in the emergency room. Ashley has, because of her condition, she winds up having to deal with kidney stones often, and it's not something that we can just throw some medication at or just have her suffer through it. No, we have to get to the emergency room to make sure that she is okay. And she is. They were able to take care of stuff in the interim, and we need to make sure that she gets into her doctor at the beginning of the week to find out if she has to actually have an outpatient surgery done to take care of it. So if you can keep her in your prayers, that would be wonderful. She is at this point resting comfortably, and we just want to keep it that way. So I was not able to do recording yesterday, which I'm okay. I have no problem being flexible like that. I just have a lot to share with you guys. So first thing is, I have not been able to share any of the images and products that Leoba has been sending. And I was surprised, for I have 3 months worth. So this was September with this magnet. And sometimes when she does them, let me check and see, just to make sure I didn't leave anything in the envelopes. I will say I enjoy getting her envelopes. It's so much fun when I get these mauve-colored envelopes in the mail, I know. But I didn't get a sticker with this set. That's fine. I just love getting her work. It's so inspirational, and I am going to be putting it, combining it in what I have below. And then here is the October. Let me make sure. Because I pulled them all out but didn't separate them. That one goes to there. Okay, I messed myself up already. So this one I know is the October postcard. And I'm going to assume this was the sticker that came with it. And then I also got the beautiful magnet image of Raja, which I just love. This is the Morgan Le Fay that she did, and then that's the sticker from it. I don't know what the name of this one is. I apologize. I have not, like I said, these past few months have been crazy. So that's what I have. And then this month I received these, or I got this as an extra as a birthday gift. I'm not quite sure. So that's from Leoba. And if you're ever interested and you like her work, she does sell her work, the originals. But you can go on Patreon, and I'll make sure the link is below so that you can get a hold of her. I do want to mention I grabbed the green Opus 88. Which one was this one? Opus 88 Bella in green. And it's the fine with the Takasume by Irishizuku in it. And I've been using that this whole last week and did not want to do any extra stickers or anything like that. So I'm just been keeping it nice and clean to show off what's already here. We're going to get into November. And then in the next video, I'm also going to do for next Monday, an in-depth on what I chose for 2026, since I have not had a chance to do that. But I cannot believe, do you believe, this is This is what's left of this year. Crazy. Completely crazy. Yeah. Okay. Which also means when I go over here, that is all that is left for this year. Still really crazy. Okay. But I have not looked at the sticker or the setup for November, which I have here, but I did want to mention one thing. I did receive my October Archer and Olive, and it has been sitting in a box until this morning when I opened it up. I had fun putting all of the markers. Now, this is the September and October markers in here, along with the October gel pens, the September gel pens, and then this is the October dish pen holder that came with it. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you for bringing that up. Steve is bringing me my coffee and water. So also in this set, I have the Archer and Olive for October. And I say it's for their October. This is this quarter. But this is the washi tape. And it matches the cup as well as everything else. So the collage papers and alpha stickers I will not be using. So there it is. So this one I'm going to assume is the notebooks. I love the boxes. I am a sucker for boxes. I normally don't go to the store and buy any. So when a company does this for packaging, I'm all excited. It does look like it got bent though, but it still will work. Come on, open up. What do you look like? Oh, wow. Oh, that's right. These are the ones that are connected. Oh yeah, if I don't use them, they'll be on my desk still. They're beautiful. So this side is a notebook for day, and this one is for night. And it's got the black paper in there, which is why the silver and gold pens will work beautifully in here. Now, I do not know if I'm going to use them that way. It would be, they've got their markers. Let's see, the ribbon markers. I would have loved if they had an elastic band, but that's just me. So that's that. Those are beautiful. So either I will use them, they will be on display, or I may give them as a gift. So there's that one. They're just very unique. And then this would be the journal. All right, come on. Thank you. I love suction. And there's that beautiful journal. Honestly, I'm really happy about this set, only in the fact that purple is one of my favorite colors. Hence, inky is purple. Green is my other favorite color. And what is Froggy? Farty. Yeah, he's green. So there's that. And of course, it's the Stars and Moon on a rainbow silver. So that is just gorgeous. Look at that rainbow. And I said silver. It looks silver, but it's more of a rainbow hologram. And then that, beautiful. I love this because this is like a eggplant, and this is a deep purple bands. And also beautiful, excellent. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. It's going to depend on how I use all of my current 2026. Because so far I haven't used all of my Archer and Olive books that I have recently gotten. Not to mention I have a few Tafasi, so yeah, I've got quite a few journals. I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to do. So let's start over here. Let's get into Sterling ink. So there's going to be a time here that Steve is going to be getting Ashley up. And so I will go to probably fast-paced setup with maybe some music in the background, but just want to give you a heads up on that. So, of course, we've got the days of the week, which I haven't been using that often. I maybe start using it next year, but we'll see. But I do use the dates, of course, and then that beautiful vellum. Let me put the cap back on this and put it away so that I don't go and stab myself for some reason. And then this is the first vellum. Let me get this up so it's not in the light. There we go. That's the first vellum. And then the second one is just all of the flowers. This one I love. If one thing that you're going to notice of me is I love the architecture. That has me written all over it from the beginning. So now let's get into this one. And instead of showing you them all, I'm trying to decide. I'm going to start with a small black envelope, which it always comes in the kit. You get 2 of these die cuts. So this is one, which is gorgeous, and I may throw that in here. And then in the black envelope, now I get the deluxe set. I just like to remind you every time I do this. So in the deluxe set, one of your die cuts will be attached to the tissue paper that it comes in. So there's advantages that there's things that you get in the deluxe that you're not getting it in the regular. And then there's also, I believe she has a third, which is like a sampler pack, which has a few of them so that you can get a touch without having to go full out money wise. But that's the other die cut. And then I love, as I've said before, this is the freebie. I thought I was picking up this. I love all of these extra tabs. And I have some left over from this year, so these will definitely be used within 2026, and I'm looking forward to that. So here are the November tags. So I'll leave that there, and then November print and November script. So in the regular, you will get one of these. And then the month at a glance and the business card. It would be cool if their QR code was on the back of this. That way, when I show you every time, you guys can have that and find her. So we're going to set stuff that we're not going to use right off the bat in here, off to the side. Let me go ahead and get November tags going. And I keep saying tags. They are tabs. My head's got something in it that keeps wanting to say tags. Let's get over to October and get the tags on there. So I did start into October here and start November. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply, which I normally try to do on its own, but I'm going to apply this one in here because my October bled over and it still works color-wise. So I'm going to quickly roll over and get royally, get the double stick tape, which I've gone back to using the Tombow permanent adhesive, just because it doesn't take so much time as was doing with the roll. I still have them. So I'm going to wind up, I've got overlay on here, so I'm going to wind up having to just stick this in the corner or in the binding so that it sticks to the pages and not, or the binding instead of the pages. And it still is perfect. It's excellent. I'm happy about that. I can get a Clorox and clean this off, which is one of the reasons why I like my clear mat on top of here. And let's grab the tab for this one. One thing with everything that's been going on, have not been able to journal every day, so I'm not using every single page as I was, and it's actually working out well in the fact that I'm not running out of pages as I was concerned that I might do. So the tabs are set for that, and I'm going to put this over with my workbook so that I can set the tabs up in that later. And then in the monthly, as you remember, I'm hoping you remember, I am going down the side now that I've gone across the top. So there's October, and then let's get this one for November. This is a unique look. So because of how large it is, I am going to need to move it in a little more than normal. So this is up here, and I really don't want to interrupt my stickers. So, and actually, though, they work fine. Okay. So let's move it in a little bit. And then get the other side. There we go. All right. So the month of November, we'll start here. And do I want to use anything from the free one? Let's go ahead and get into what we have here. So this is the beautiful flowers and ivy that are separate and individual that you can add on here and there. These are the small version of corners and split, and then smaller ripped images, which these are the ones I always use for the weekly setup. So I'm thinking about, quite often I don't use this one up, and I might use that in here. So let's get started on this instead of talking. How you guys doing? Was your October good? How was your Halloween? You know what? We did not get the number of people we were expecting. Last year, it rained, it was cold, and yet, shockingly enough, we had more people last year than we did this year for Halloween. Yeah, I was surprised. Especially since last year, we actually went through, I think, 12 bags of candy, handing those out. And this year, we got 12 bags of candy, plus one. And we still have, 4 bags left? Yeah, that's not fun. So they're going to get containered and hidden in the pantry because we don't need to be finishing them. Beautiful. The fun is always to get these off. Makes me rethink my die cuts. I may start doing them where they have a weeding line so that you can just pull back easily and get to the sticker or put a tab on it. I haven't decided which yet. Let's go over here and we'll start with these. Now, sometimes I like to use the washi strips that they have. Let's see, which one do I want to go with? This time, just with all of the extras that she has on here, I'm kind of liking just using what's on the sticker sheet for this time. And just decorate and make little collages with them. It's funny, I was working on a lot of mine and wanting to do their sketches with them, and I'm noticing that even though I haven't said anything to anybody but my husband about doing that, everybody else is doing it. Dadgummit, I should have gotten my stuff out there. I always love her color schemes. I don't think I have found one that I didn't like the color scheme. I'm always loving her color schemes. And I just kind of want to throw out there, because I'm preparing for some interesting or some hopefully fun and unique. Once I get a little bit more established and get more of a system down, I'll then be working on doing things like subscriptions as well as different journal sizes. Next year, we are talking about introducing other animals. Got to bring in some more of Farty's friends. But I'm trying to decide if on other neutral designs that stay within the range but are something that everybody would like to get as much as possible. You know, I'm not going to be doing any girly. That's just not me. I can't do that. It'll look weird. It really will. All right, so that's done, and let's go into my memory keeping. And I'm thinking about, let's see. Do I want to throw that one in, or do I want to continue the flowers? Let's work on that page later, and I'm going to quickly throw down some images in here and do some setup. Because it sounds like Steve is getting ready to get Ashley.